All right.
But he's not here.
Brian Jordan, and Dave Spooner is excused. His mother just passed away. He's just getting back from his mother
Right.
passing away.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't believe we have any announcements right now. Additions requiring minutes. Do we have the approval of the minutes of the October 7th meeting?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Veterans Day event review. I believe the Veterans Day went very, very well. The new sound system was great.
Outstanding.
It only took me 10 years to get it done, but we got it done.
And just point there to, I'd like to thank, we worked with Ryan and his staff up to Friday afternoon. And the only mistake in the program was Curtis was not an unlisted Marine, he was an enlisted Marine. So, but other than that, everything was fine. Of course, Curtis didn't hear anything about that. Oh, wait, yes, he did. But anyway, so everything was good, and I appreciate everything we got from the city.
It was a very, very good showing. Curtis was very good, and appreciate all the councilmen and city personnel that came, and all the police officers and everybody out there. It was good turnout, and everybody could hear everything, so that was really great. Okay, we have public input. We have a couple of people out there. Do you have anything, sir?
No, just a student from the Charter High School, observing a government meeting.
Just observing the meeting? Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome to our... All right, Pearl Harbor Day. Our past district commander, Jack Willis, has got that all pretty much set up. It would be at 12 o'clock on the 7th.
No, 12:30.
Would he change it to 12:30?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on, I gave the program to Brian to
All right.
print.
Okay,
We'll
well,
pick 'em up tomorrow.
last I talked, Jack was 12 o'clock, so 12:30?
12:30.
All right. We hope to have a good showing on that. We will be laying a wreath in the water during the ceremony. And it's a day that we should all remember. It's a very, very important day, and the VFW usually, just every year, being Pearl Harbor, the VFW usually takes care of that.
Yes, sir.
So, on most of our events, we change back and forth with the American Legion and the VFW, but Pearl Harbor Day seems to be mostly involved with the VFW, so. But the American Legion and everybody is welcome to come. I hope to like to see a lot of participation. Has Jack contacted you, Brian, about the speaker system or anything?
We are set to provide the speaker system for that event. I did have one question about the setup. Is it going to be, do you know if it's the same as last year, or if you're going to have any changes on how the
Same as last
how it's
year.
set up?
Same as
Okay.
last year.
Same as last year.
Thank you. And we will have the setup there for the sound system. We'll have everything set up. We'll be ready for the road closures as well. I think we're planning on closing the road about 12, and the event's at 12:30.
Thank you very much. And I know I speak for also the American Legion also, but through the VFW, we really appreciate everything the city does for us down there. A lot of people don't realize how much the city does for our organizations and the time and effort that they put out also. And I'd like to personally say thank you to all of you.
Amen.
Thank you.
I believe we have a gentleman here from the Wreaths Across America.
We do.
Would you come up to the microphone, sir, and state your name?
Yes, my name's Rick Lewis. I'm with Wreaths Across America, Indian River County. Wreath Day this year is on December 14th. We have the privilege this year of expanding here to Sebastian for the first time. It's actually our second year in Indian River County. I can tell you that I'm really glad to say and happy to say that the community stepped up this year. We will be covering all the graves that we have sponsored. We have raised over 1,900 wreaths at this point. And the cutoff was yesterday. So, actually the cutoff's today. So, we will be covering every
Question, the graveyard behind 510 and 512 there, the old graveyard there, does anybody ever recognize that yet?
We have not sponsored that yet. I have been out there and counted that. We're in discussion. We're talking about it. Actually, we will, if we have enough overreach, we will cover that. There's only 35, there's 35 individuals there that we believe if we have enough overreach, we will cover that.
Thank you. I was asked about that the other day, and that's a little graveyard that usually gets forgotten on a lot of things, and there's some really, I believe there's some Civil War people in there.
Yeah.
And so it's nice if we can squeeze them in.
We counted 35, actually last Friday, we went out and counted. We also, a young lady by the name of Nicole from Next Generation Veterans has actually gone out, counted, sponsored, and got enough wreaths to cover Westwall Basso also.
Nice.
So we are truly trying to make this an Indian River County event. This is something that needs to bring Indian River County together, was how we feel about it.
Well, it's a great service you guys are providing, and like I say, anything we can do to help, don't hesitate to call. And
I appreciate that. I do have some information if you guys would like it. It's a little more information on wreaths and also the ceremony, so you know what we're doing.
okay.
Okay, great.
I've got about 5 of them. I don't know if I've got enough.
Does Brian have one? Very important for him to have one.
Yeah, very important for him.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can get Kim a copy. I can get Kim a
that's
copy.
fine. We can share. It's
Okay.
fine. Thank you.
And Rick, right before the meeting, we were talking, and the service will be after you do the wreaths at the cemetery, then you're going down to the park, and the service is supposed to be at noon.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
That's the way it's set up. You see, it doesn't really read that way in the literature I gave you. We kind of adjusted a little bit to kind of ensure that we could get everything done in a timeline, and we're trying to do everything the same throughout Indian River County. So yes, we will lay the wreaths. We'll meet between 10 and 10:30 and 10:45. I'll go through the instructions and ask the volunteers, to please, when they go out to take the wreaths out, to take a moment to read the inscription, to take a moment to remember that individual and to say that name aloud. That's the important part here. And then we honor them, of course, by laying the wreath, on the grave. And then, of course, if there's any out there with the Star of David, we ask them not to lay the wreath, to just say the name, remember them, and move on. Because we don't, we want to honor their traditions also.
Sir.
Sounds very good.
And also, my wife was texting little Debbie, but at the same time, Randy was texting a lady named Sue, and she said if necessary, we'll have a person there to sing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I got to say, I do want to thank Post 189 riders. They stepped up, and did some events and helped raise a lot of money. Post 10210 gave us a nice donation. This has been a community effort up here. And
And
you
well, it
guys,
should.
you
And
guys,
well, it should be.
Hmm?
And well, it should be.
Well deserved.
Well, you guys deserve a little applause for yourself. You guys helped a lot. You guys have done a lot. So, is there anything else I can answer? I mean, yes, we'll meet at 10:30, lay the wreaths. We'll have the ceremony. The city of Sebastian's offered to loan us a mic and amp and a speaker so that it'll hopefully be there. When we get down there, we'll have 7 ceremonial wreaths. I would like, if maybe you guys could help me out on this, I would appreciate it. I would like somebody from each service, because you'll see in there as we're doing Amazing Grace, that's when we'll have somebody from each service go out and place the ceremonial wreath at each of the services: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Merchant Marine, and the POW,
And Coast Guard.
And Coast
and
Guard.
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard.
Yeah, I don't want to forget Coast Guard.
Don't forget the Coast Guard.
Usually they forget Merchant Marine.
I'll make jokes about him later, but that's okay.
And that'll be at the ceremony.
Yes,
Okay.
that will be at the ceremony, yes. And if we could, because I know down here, I know here in Sebastian, and I am a resident up here. I lived in Vero for a lot of years. I moved up here 3 years ago. That you have a monument in there for each of the wars.
Okay.
I think it would be appropriate to have somebody from each of those services. I know World War I we probably won't be able to do, but maybe World War II we could maybe have somebody representing each of those services.
As we represent them, but
Yes, to lay the wreath on that one. I think that would be an appropriate gesture.
we have a couple of World War II vets left. See if I can get hold of one of them and see if they could make it. If not, we could turn out to have a representative.
That would be fine. Yeah, I know my father's still here, but he wouldn't be able to make it either. So, so I know what's going on with that.
They're getting very scarce.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, is there any other questions I can answer?
Kim,
No?
Neil,
Good.
Randy? Good. I believe that'll do it then. We thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
I do appreciate your help, and hopefully I'll see all you guys on the 14th out there to help lay this. If you haven't done it, it is a.
Well, we're in the background, but you've been doing most of the work, and, but we really appreciate everything that you've been doing, and I know the families are the main thing in the community, and that it's, I believe our community is becoming more involved in some of the programs that we've been putting out there, because we've been getting a little more exposure.
Good.
It's very sorry that the local newspapers, at any of our events, they never show. You'll find a little caption, maybe 2 inches long on the back page or somewhere. And it's a shame that they just won't honor our veterans the way they should. Our schools are stepping up to the plate. Our schools are being, we have our veterans in the classroom and everything, and they're received very, very well. The schools came a long ways in the last couple of years. A lot of that work is thanks to Barney Jordy, and because he's out there, he's beating the bush. That's where he is right now. But it's very good to see other people besides just the veterans organization themselves stepping up to the plate and helping out with some of these programs, and we appreciate it very much, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
We have another gentleman come in. Did you have something for us, sir? No, sir. Just observing. All righty. Welcome. Schedule for veterans events. I don't believe we have anything coming up before March, do we?
We do.
What do we have?
The Veterans Council, which is all of us belong to, we have a picnic
Yes.
down at the park, and I'm pretty sure Brian knows this. February 1st, Char, is that correct? February 1st. And it's not only for veterans, it's for anybody in the community. Correct, Char?
Veterans and their families.
And their families, yes. Okay.
Veterans and families, yes.
Yeah, and that's a Saturday, I believe, February 1st. And I know, I think Michelle Dale has spoke to you about the pavilion thing. And I don't know on sound system whether we need the sound system. We need, Char's shaking her head yes, so I'm wrong. We do need the sound system. And this is the first time just a point of reference here, the Salvation Army is bringing a kitchen for us, portable kitchen.
Nice.
And last year, we had to transport beans and stuff from the Legion. We had to cook the hot dogs outside, and now, whether it's cold or hot, it can be prepared inside their kitchen.
I cooked all the hot dogs last year.
Most of them. I think you quit at 300, but, because I think
Somewhere around there.
Russ finished because you almost passed out. But anyway, and it's also, we set up, and I believe you do too, we set up recruitment, because we get new people all the time that do not know that the Legion and the VFW, et cetera, are here. And any of the, I'll say this, we also, on the sidebar, we're hosting the Legion Post is hosting the Veterans Council meeting this month on Wednesday. So we'll bring that up, that any of those organizations, we have 40 different organizations between veterans organization and support. We have Dogs for Life as an example, that anybody can set up in the park that day for recruitment purposes or just what they do, up to and including Reefs Across America. It's the whole thing. And last year was great, and that's why we're back, I was told. It's been that, we had 400 people attend the picnic last year.
That's just the ones we counted.
Yeah, well, the ones we counted, yes. And we try to get anybody who has a veteran's business or anything, we're trying to put together through the council a recommendation thing. So if you're looking for somebody, you can hire a veteran, but if you don't know the veteran's in that business, so we're trying to put all that together.
Nice.
So that's the first thing. And as John said, the rest of the year that I have written down, if I may, we got Memorial Day, we've got July 4th, and Veterans Day. And what I didn't remember, and maybe someone can help me, I believe we also do a service for the 4 chaplains.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so that, Brian, that one I don't have any information on. But
Yeah,
we-
and that's the one that I'm looking to get, is the
Yeah,
4 chaplains date.
I will have Jack Willis contact you on that, our pastor. He is usually the one that has been handling that.
Okay.
Okay.
But there's also, normally every year, Larry Wapnick was kind of
Larry
getting.
Wapnick
Larry
was
Wapnick
involved.
I have his number if you need it, Brian.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, Larry Wapnick and Jack Willis.
Yes.
Jack was involved
Okay.
in it very much.
Yeah, if somebody could assist me, I'll reach out to Larry and see if I can have any luck getting the date from him. But if anyone else can assist with trying to get that date so we can make sure that the area is reserved and we have it on our calendar.
When we get down there, I'll give you Jack Willis's phone number too, so
And
you
you
have
said
that.
you have Larry.
Thank you.
I have Larry's.
Okay, so we can get you both numbers, okay. Then I think we're all good there.
So March, we'll be able to turn around, and we'll be probably
Yeah, our meeting, next
going for
meeting.
Memorial Day.
Yes, sir.
Our March meeting.
Yes, sir, and Memorial Day, the Legion runs that and you revert to a Veterans Day, correct?
Right.
Because we alternate between the VFW and the Legion.
Can I ask you one question on the picnic? Is the picnic, do we rent booths or we have booths there if a veteran?
We don't, there's no cost, right, Shar? If somebody wants to bring something very portable to put up, I know all the organizations in the Legion are gonna have somebody there with applications and some information. And I believe the VFW will have the same.
Right.
But I just use Dogs for Life as an example. Sometimes they will bring a dog. And just because not everybody knows about what they're about. And that's when I also mentioned to Rick that Reefs Across America, if they want to have something.
Yeah, I was asking, our governor there is a retired Air Force. He was, he's asking, looking to put a booth there. Just tell him because the organization mostly is driven for seniors and children. And I just didn't know if that would be possible, if we had something we could set up there.
I don't think it should be a problem. When is the next Veterans, the picnic committee?
A week of Wednesday.
The 11th? At our post at 1 o'clock? 1:30. So if he would like to come,
He will.
okay?
That's
He's
next
a member
Wednesday at
here also.
1:30?
Okay. 1:30 you said, at 189, and that's for the picnic.
Actually, a member of both.
Okay, very good.
Well, I believe it's gonna be a short one today.
I know.
Anybody else, Randy, do you have anything?
No, I think I'm good so far. Just glad to be here.
I just wanted to, for those that don't know Randy Moyer used to work for the city. He used to sit out there where Brian is now. He no longer works for the city. He was on the police pension board. He resigned his position so he could be up here with us. So thank you and welcome, Randy.
Thank you.
And Randy, through the years, Randy's been a very, very helpful participant. He's helped us a
Certainly
lot.
is.
Kim, do you have anything?
No, I don't.
Neil?
Nothing.
Brian?
Nothing.
Well, with that, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Let's get out of here.
Okay.